What's up, everybody? It's Mark from Beach Bluff Outdoors. Well, we're here. We're getting ready to do the 3-day survival challenge. Let me tell you what we're going to do. Let me set this up because this may all be one long video when we're said and done. I'm really not sure if I'm going to break it up. Let me tell you what we're going to do, okay? There's a lot of videos on YouTube right now, and I'm not knocking them. They're great videos, but it's how to survive for 5 days on $20 worth of stuff from Walmart, you know, and those types of things. Well, there's nothing wrong with that. They really show you how cheap and crappy a lot of that gear can be, and that's good. You guys need to know that. You know, that stuff's not for serious outdoorsmen. But there's not a lot of there's a lot of solo bushcraft type things and off-grid type stuff, but there's not a lot of videos addressing survival for outdoorsmen. You know, it's survival for the average person, I guess you could say. But here's what happens, okay? We hunt all over the United States, and you backpack in the mountains of Colorado, or you're following a herd of antelope in South Dakota or Wyoming, and you get lost and you can't make it back for whatever reason. I'm sorry, my phone's going crazy over here. For whatever reason, what are some real legitimate steps that you would take to survive? And that's what we want to address over the next 3 days. This isn't how to make the best improvised shelter, or how to rub 2 sticks together to get a fire. You know, do you stay or do you go? You know, do you self-rescue or do you wait? The zones of assessment, assessing your survival zones. Improvised shelters, not, you know, leaning sticks together and covering it with leaves. You know, real things that you guys should be carrying on your pack. So that's what we're going to do for the next 3 days. We're going to show you the scenario being we're on a hunt, Wyoming, wherever, you know, pick a spot. We've gotten lost, and we've realized we're lost. We've got 2 days worth of food, about 1 day worth of water, and we're gonna make it for 3, maybe 5 days. I'm off. I don't have to be back at work. I've got like 5 days off, so this may be a 5-day deal. I haven't decided yet, but let me give you a quick rundown of what we're gonna do. Okay, first of all, we're gonna address this little dude right here, which is the, oh, get it out of the sun there, the Gerber Gator Machete Jr. Oh, crap. Yep, knocking crap over. I got this thing on a sale at a major outdoor retailer. It comes with a sheath. But we're going to put this thing in the field and see. Military surplus Camelback, filled with water. Nalgene bottle, filled with water. A 10x10 camo tarp from Harbor Freight. A military surplus bedroll. In this pack, we're going to have a first aid kit. Up here, we're going to have a morale item, which I highly recommend everybody carry. A deck of cards, man. Your mind is your own worst enemy in the field. A pair of work gloves. You never know. A Sharpie and the Brunton solar charger, which we've got a Field Gear Friday for y'all on that one. The main pack, we've got the main compartment. No, well, let's do the lower compartment down here is going to be the Eno hammock, the backpacking hammock, a U.S. military poncho, and a U.S. military poncho liner. I highly recommend you always carry one. The main pack, we've got 2 days worth of food, the bag of cordage, toilet paper, moist towelettes, stuff that you guys should be carrying. Our binoculars, spotting scope. We're going to be carrying a Remington 870 12 gauge with a box of ammunition, only because normally you would be carrying a high-powered rifle, but it's spring here in Tennessee. Food, toilet paper, cordage, snacks, granola bars, that sort of things. And that's about it. The stuff you would be carrying. Oh, our Catadine water filter. We got a Field Gear Friday for that one as well. Probably going to do a Field Gear Friday on this little Gerber machete. Man, this is stuff that you would be carrying in a pack, on a hunt, hiking out in the backcountry. So, we're going to get started, guys. I'm going to put my backpack on. And we're going to find us a suitable place to get our bushcraft on. So, stay tuned. Alright, so we made it. So here's what happened. We're going to talk about first the do you stay or do you go. Got Biggie over here. Pick a state, man. Wyoming, Colorado, Utah. You're hunting timber, chasing elk. Hometown. Antelope, following the timber, whatever. And you realize you don't know where the hell you're at. This is a problem. So, we're going to hunker down. Okay, do you stay or do you go? If you are relatively confident of you know where you're at, go, by all means. But remember, fatigue, dehydration, all that good stuff. Generally, we recommend stay put, man. Most rescues are effected within 24 to 48 hours. If you can't survive 24 to 48 hours, you're doing something wrong in the outdoors to begin with.
You don't need to be there.
And you don't need to be there, that's right. So, we're looking at 72 hours, man. That's all we got to do is make it 72 hours. Your pack has enough food for 72 hours. You've got a shelter that should sustain you for 72 hours. After a while, we're going to talk about the zones of assessment and tell you what we've already found about this area. But right now, we've decided we're going to stay put. We were supposed to be back this afternoon. So, as soon as we're not back, the people we notified about our hunt and our route will notify authorities. That's very important, people. Always let somebody know where you're at, man. Let them know where you're going to be, at least the area. Mountains are a big place. A lot of ground to cover. So, they know the area we're in. All we got to do is make it for 3 days. So, the first thing we're going to do, shelter and fire. We've got water and food with us, so shelter and fire. That's going to be the most important. We're going to build a Dakota fire hole. I'm not going to do a bunch of how-tos on how to do it. We'll explain it after it's done. Then probably just build a wheeling tent. We've got our backcountry hammocks. So, we're going to get started. Here's where we're starting. We're going to build a Dakota fire pit. So, we'll be back. Well, show y'all something that inevitably happens. So you get a tarp. Yeah, you see this shit right here?
Don't buy your tarps from Harbor Freight if you have to depend on them for shelter. Please don't.
So, improvise, adapt, and overcome. See, this is the stuff that happens in real life survival. You're packed up, you got brand new gear, you think you're all set, you hit the trail. Man, we're making a little wheeling tent. Bam. Tarp ripped in half. Cheap Harbor Freight tarp. Show you roughly how to do it though. You see this ridge line right here? You stake down. See, this is the corner over here. Pull it out to a point, stake down offsetting sides. Make it out, and you'll have little wings that come out on each side, and it just makes a nice little shelter. So we got to back up and regroup and do something different.
Yeah, it never hurts to overpack either with stuff. Like
take extra.
Look at this crap. I'm out here busting my backside, and this son bitch is sleeping. Hey, wake your ass up.
Man, we surviving. This is surviving.
Yeah, surviving. Yeah, surviving.
I'm going back to sleep now.
All right.
Alright guys, We got camp set up. You see our shelter back here. We walk around here. We were going to do a wheeling, but it didn't work out because, you know, we told you cheap tarp ripped up, but we still made a pretty decent little shelter. Got hammocks. Here's Biggie's hammock. So the first product review of this trip is oatmeals. Oatmeals? Is that what this is? Vegetable beef stew. It's like a military MRE. You gotta heat it up and, you know, whatever. So, we finna eat lunch. I'll tell you how that goes. Well, guys, we pretty much closing out day one. Technology doesn't leave you in the field, as you can see. I think he's playing The Walking Dead.
Nah, that's not.
But nice little shelter going on up here, man. We just got done eating lunch. That oatmeal's heater meal was actually better than the U.S. government MRE. Let me tell you, I had the vegetable beef stew. It tasted like that Campbell's Select or whatever, the canned vegetable beef stew. It was actually pretty good. Not bad at all. Biggie had spinach fettuccine Alfredo.
And it wasn't half bad.
In the MRE, and it wasn't bad. Wasn't bad at all. But those heater meals, man, you put about 3 ounces of water in there, and it's got a little bag you drop in. It's very similar to an MRE, if y'all know how to use an MRE. And the thing works, man. That food was piping hot.
The MRE heater did not.
Yeah, the MRE heater did not work. In fact, we cooked my food and then put his food into mine, and it was still cooking. But man, we had us a little lunch. I guess we're waiting on rescue, right? We're going to shelter in place. We got us a little camp.
May need a blood transfusion.
Two-man survival is a lot easier, guys. We've got we got a stack of firewood down here. I'll show you this Dakota fire pit. What you do, build you a pit. As you can see, it is a pit. And then you come over here and you dig you another pit. Smaller. And then, I don't know if you can see, but you connect the two. What that does, you start you a fire in there any way you want to, the cabin style, the teepee, whatever. You start you a fire, and the other pit lets the main pit breathe, and you keep your fire below ground. It's a little bit safer in the woods, and the fire is a little bit more consistent. So, I guess we're just gonna.
Your location.
Huh?
And it doesn't give away.
Yeah, and it doesn't smoke nearly as bad and give away your location if you're trying to hide. Which in this scenario, we're not trying to hide. So, you know, we're assuming no one's gonna activate rescue until tomorrow, which will probably be midday tomorrow. So we just stay put, gather up firewood, clean up the camp area, just police up the area, and you know, we got shelter, and we hang out and wait.